Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my 2024 mid-year bullet journal setup. I am so excited for this video. I love these videos so much. This is like the best time of year, setting up a new journal. So I'm just going to show you what my old bullet journal looks like. It is pretty chunky compared to the new journal. These journals are both from Sterling ink. They are the 520 page B6 size. They are Tomoe River paper, and they're both the older black sort of cardstock covers, which I don't love, which is why I put the collage on the cover. But as you can see here, my old one is pretty chunky. This paper gets super fluffy when you use it, and if you've been around for any amount of time, you guys know I love a thick, chunky notebook. Is there anything better? Like I said, I really like to cover up this sort of cardstock paper cover. I don't love it. If I could change anything about these notebooks, that's the only thing. Like literally the only thing I would change about these notebooks is the covers. They're a little on the thin side. It's probably because I'm so used to using a regular notebook from like Notebook Therapy or Archer and Olive or somewhere like that with that super hard cover. And these notebooks have more of like a book cover, if that makes sense, like a paperback book cover. They're a little bit thicker, but it's basically like a super heavy cardstock cover. And they have this sort of strange, like ashy black texture. It's so weird. Anyways, I decided to cover it up making a collage, which I actually really love. So I'm not complaining about the cover. I'm not, because even if I had a different cover, I actually love making these collages. It's just one more way to get creative, right? And you can change it out per season. So I'm just starting with a patterned paper that I got from, I believe this is from Amazon. I think it came in one of the paper packs. I will try to link it down below if I can. It's kind of got this sort of fall look to it without being like pumpkins and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Seeing as how this is the second half of the year bullet journal, I wanted to go with sort of the darker, more muted tones, and this green is really pretty. I also really like the touch of orange on the little stamp there. I think it is perfect for this time of year. I'm using this frame that I got from, I believe, Pinky Elephant. I think that's where I got it from. I'm going to be saying that a lot, that I believe I got something from somewhere, because I went on a shopping spree earlier this year as far as stationery is concerned, just to kind of get my creativity back, because last year was a creative nightmare and I just felt like I needed a little bit of a boost in my creativity. So I ordered some stuff from Pinky Elephant, from Little Happy Things, a couple of shops on Etsy. So I will try to link where everything is from down below. But I'm using a frame to just kind of add another layer. And you guys know, I cannot create a single spread without butterflies. I just can't help it. I love them so much. They just add so much to a page and they just make everything beautiful. Butterflies are just beautiful. I can't help it. So I'm adding a little butterfly tag as well as a sticker from Serica Studio. These little bulldog clips are so fun. I have become obsessed with Serica Studios stickers. I am also using a sticker of two girls that I also got from Pinky Elephant, I believe. And again, I will link those down in the description box below. But I really am loving the collage on the front of this notebook. I will say that I put a clear cover on these notebooks. I have clear covers that I got from Sterling ink. I don't think she's going to sell them anymore, but I know there are other shops that you can probably get them from. I am actually going to try to purchase some from Lauren Phelps Designs. I think she will be coming out with some probably for the new year. So I'm going to try to get one for my new bullet journal, because I will be using a Sterling ink notebook next year, but I don't have any more clear covers. So I want to maybe try to purchase one from Lauren Phelps Designs. But I put the clear cover on there mainly just to protect the collage. A lot of people don't use covers for these notebooks, but since the collage is there, I like to have that extra protection. And honestly, throughout the day, my bullet journal sits on my kitchen counter, so I like to kind of protect the outside of my bullet journal. I don't know. I just like to have it. It's nice. Moving on, we are doing an official cover page. So for the backdrop of this cover page, I actually am using a bag that had some ephemera in it that I got from Album Love Handmade on Etsy. Her shop is stunning, absolutely stunning. The stamps that I'm using throughout this setup, I believe I got from her shop. I'm loving all of these new small shops that I'm discovering through YouTube and through Etsy, and I'm having so much fun. You guys know I'm a big fan of my local craft stores like Joann's and Michael's, but to be honest, I really love shopping from these smaller businesses. They're just, I don't know, it makes me feel good to know that these things were created by one person. I don't know. That's just me. So anyways, this page, I am using the bag as my background. That it came just like that, with these beautiful paint splatters on them, these hand stamped things on them. The bag itself was gorgeous. I was like, I don't even need the stuff. The bag's pretty. But I also used some frames, tags, frames, I'm not sure what you would call them, but I also used some frames from Album Love Handmade, and I put these little floral stickers just for some added dimension. I think that this cover page has turned out so pretty. I love it. So like I've said in my last couple of videos, I haven't really created a theme for anything. I'm just kind of going off of colors that I like and just kind of what I feel like should be on the page instead of having a setup theme. But I did pull quite a bit from this green color from the cover of the notebook and from this cover page. I did use that kind of as a jumping off point for some of the things that I picked, if that makes sense. Like this girl sticker on the cover page, she has that beautiful green bag and it's just so cute and it just goes so well with the rest of the spread. There is also this bird sticker. I was thinking in my head, I know that I'm going to use butterflies in the next two spreads, like an excessive amount of butterflies. So I wanted to do something a little bit different, but still have that fluidity that butterflies offer. I'm overthinking it. I know I am. But the bird sticker is from Album Love Handmade, and I love it. I just love it. The butterfly washi is from Paper Minty Studio, and I love it, of course, because it's butterflies, but also I love it because it's very neutral and it's perfect for literally every month of the year. It's just perfect. All right, so now we are moving on to the future log spread, and this is where I will literally write in anything that is happening in our lives on this page. Because if you've ever used a bullet journal, you know that you don't have set calendar pages until that month begins, because you have to actually set up your calendar pages as the months are coming. So what I use this future log for is really my calendar pages. In advance, I will write down all the birthdays that I have, all the days of school that where, they don't have school that day or they have early release day or something like that. I will write any of those kind of appointments or things like that. And then as the year goes on, anything that needs to be added, like for example, let's just say it's August. And I know something is going to be happening in October and I don't find out about it until like August 29th. Let's just say that. I find out on August 29th that I have something happening on October 5th. I will write it on this page so that I don't forget it, one, and just so that I've got it somewhere. I don't have a digital calendar. I'm not a digital person. I don't know. I don't really care for digital all that much. So this is really the only place that I have anything written down. This is the only place that I have appointments or anything like that. So that's what I use this future log for. I also use it for if I have any like reoccurring bills, like for example, Amazon Prime. It's something that only happens once a year and I will forget when it happens if I don't write it down. So I have that written down on my future log spread because like I said, it's once a year and I don't want to forget that it happens. Our car registration, same thing. It's once a year. So I write that in these pages so that when I'm setting up my month, I have this as a reference to look for what I need to put on my calendar pages. So to talk about the decoration, I am using all of Serica Studios butterflies for both of these future log spreads, for the August through January as well as the February through July spread. And I do want to say, it might seem strange to have the months set up the way that I have them, but I like to have a full year's worth of calendars. And since this bullet journal starts in August, I wanted to have it ready in August with all of the things listed because I actually created this in mid-July, even though it's not coming out until mid-August, maybe end of August. I created this setup in the middle of July. So I wanted to make sure I had August in here in case something popped up before I had my August bullet journal set up. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, I'm using Serica Studios butterfly stickers because they are to die for. And I just thought that they were so beautiful. The colors were so gorgeous. Her stickers are quite possibly the best thing I've found all year, like hands down. And these butterfly stickers are my favorite. I think I ordered probably 10 pages. I also want to say, I know that I showed you guys the pen that I'm using and I just kind of skipped right over it, but it is a fountain pen and I have become obsessed. Let me say it again, obsessed with fountain pens. It's a rabbit hole that I did not know I was going to go down when I saw this pen, but oh my goodness gracious. It's a fountain pen that clicks and I just love it so much. I have become obsessed again. But the fountain pen that I'm using for this whole setup is my Pilot Vanishing Point, and it is in extra fine. Apparently, a lot of people don't like this pen, but I love it. I think that it is perfect. I think that if I didn't have any other pen, this would be the pen that I would use for the rest of my life. I love it so much. I'm using it with De Atramentis Archive ink, and that combination came strictly from Lindsay Scribbles. She is the queen of this fountain pen, and there's a reason why she loves it, because it is pure perfection. So now we're moving on to my meal spread, and this is where I will write in our go-to meals and our go-to sides, just so that I have something to reference when I'm doing meal planning. I don't do strict meal planning very much anymore because there's only 3 of us now. It still seems like a lot, but really, there's only 3 of us now, and I don't have to do as much strict meal planning as I did when there were 5 of us living here. But I do still reference this page a lot, and it's basically just lists the basic things that I know we all love. Tacos, hamburgers, spaghetti, those kind of things. For this spread, I wanted to do basically the same thing I've done the last couple times I've done this spread. I just really like the way that it looks. I love doing this sort of frame. I think that it is just really pretty. I think that it's a lot of fun and it's something different. And I don't know, I just really like it. I've done this, I did it in my reading journal. I did it a couple of times in my last few setups that I've done. I just really like the way that it looks. It's very simple, but it's also very pretty and kind of elegant looking. So this next spread is my books spread and my master to-do list spread. On the left-hand side, I'm going to put a list of all of the books that I read while I'm in this journal. And on the right-hand side is going to be kind of a master to-do list, like something that doesn't necessarily need to go in a daily or a weekly view or even a monthly view, just something that I want to make sure that I get done at some point. It's probably not going to be filled up because I don't really have a whole lot of that kind of stuff to do, but I did want to have a dedicated space for it, so that's what I did. And I knew that my books spread would not get filled up. At least not completely. I do have a reading journal, but I actually have not been using it very much lately. I really want to do a video to kind of catch up in it. I do really love the A6 reading journal that I have. I believe I showed you guys. I can't remember if I showed it to you or not, but I do have that A6 reading journal. I just have not touched it since probably March, I think. But I have been using my book list in my other bullet journal, and so I do know what I read and all of that. So I do at least have that. I don't know if you guys caught that, but I completely messed up stamping out books. It was supposed to be a B and it was a D. I guess that's the issue with having my stamps upside down. Every time I pick up the D, I think it's a B. I completely messed up and I didn't fix it very well, but moving on. So now we're moving on to my last spread for the setup. This is my gift list and wish list spread. So this is mainly because I really need to start my Christmas stuff earlier than I did last year. Last year I was really behind and incredibly stressed out because I waited far too long. My daughter moved out in December, and so I was so focused on making sure she had everything that she needed for her new apartment, and Christmas just kind of fell to the wayside. So this year I really want to get a jump on things, and I decided to have this gift list and wish list spread set up already because I don't usually do my Christmas planner until around November. I may do it a little bit earlier this year. I don't know. It just depends. We'll see. But my Christmas planner will actually be in this notebook because there are so many pages. I will actually have room for it in here, and I'm actually very excited to have it in my bullet journal instead of separate like I've been doing in the past few years. I'm loving having everything in one journal. I'm not sure if you guys have seen any of my other setup videos, but normally I have 3 to 4 notebooks a year because I like to put everything all in one place. And so normally I can only get 3 months in a notebook therapy type notebook because they only have 192 pages or 160 pages, depending on what notebook you use. But these notebooks, because they have 520 pages, I only use 2 a year. And if I were to try to minimize that, I could probably get a full year, but I love the idea of having everything in one notebook, and having 2 notebooks a year, I think is perfectly fine, and I absolutely love it. Okay, so that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I feel like I talked your ear off, but thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!